All right, up, everybody? I'm back with a new video. We're going to talk about how Mexico, sorry, that's not a good name for it. It's Mexa-ho. I'm going to start calling it Mexa-ho because everybody that lives in Mexico is a Mexa-ho. You see how I did that? I keep saying Mexa-ho instead of Mexico, and that makes it funnier and more true, right? But actually, it is true. Mexa-ho is actually a totalitarian fascist state run by a Zionist woman. Is that better than the United States? Worse than the United States? I mean, I told you for years to get out of Mexico because Mexihos live in a totalitarian fascist state. What is the proof that Mexihos live in a totalitarian fascist state run by Zionist women? Oh, here we go. Here's the evidence. If police ever shoot anyone, ever, in your country, you now live in a fascist totalitarian state. If police, even legitimate law enforcement, shoot criminals, you live in a fascist totalitarian state. Uh-oh, look, Mexico right here. President Claudia Sheinbaum. Oh, you better get out now. You live in a Zionist totalitarian fascist state run by a woman. A Mexico. You're a Mexico. Everybody that lives in Mexico is a Mexico. We're all Mexicos, actually. Oh, look, Mexican state police, the state of Mexico. If you live in Mexico, oh my God, Mexico has a state? There's a state of Mexico? Really? Mexico has a state? I thought it was an anarchist paradise where there were no laws, no rules, only private police. It's an anarchist paradise. Mexico turned from anarchist paradise somehow. Now it's a totalitarian fascist state run by a Zionist. Oh, you still live there. Oh, that's that. Oh, that sucks. That sucks that you still live there, bro. Damn, I told you to get out of Mexico years ago because it's obviously a totalitarian fascist state. Look, it has a state. There is a state of Mexico, right? And police killed 4 gunmen near the border of Guatemala. And then they even violated international law and followed the suspects into Guatemala. Oh, that is completely fascist, totalitarian. Completely. Oh, look, they're authorities. Authorities are completely fascist. Fascist, totalitarian, Zionist state. Everyone who lives in Mexico is now a Mexico because you're getting done up the butt by your government, your female Zionist president. Yeah, she's sticking that right up your butt, right now, because look, Mexican state police, the state of Mexico, can't forget to say it like that, Mexico, killed 4 gunmen, and then they actually followed the gunmen internationally into another country, violating international law. Oh, look, they were engaged in a shootout. The fascist Mexican state police, the state of Mexico, the state of Mexico, not the anarchist, not a state, not a government, not private police, the state police of Mexico, which are run by a Zionist female. I told you to get out of Mexico. You should have got out of Mexico years ago. Look at this. Now you're stuck in a country, and look, the legitimate state police killed gunmen that were trying to escape some type of police action where they were suspects in a police action. And Mexico has authorities. Fascist state. Oh, you think that's the only one? Oh, no. Look at this. Mexican police, the Mexican police, not the private anarchist police, not the privately paid for private anarchist police. Look at that. Look at what they're driving. Oh man, you Mexihos live in a fascist totalitarian state. How come you never show this? How come you only talk about America? Look at Mexiho. Look at Mexiho. They're driving fully armored, basically tanks with machine guns on top, bro. And you want to criticize America? And you live in Mexiho? They killed 13 people in a shootout with one of these things. Oh, Mexiho. Oh, Mexiho run by a Zionist woman, but America's the worst, the big Gestapo fascist state, right? Even though the Gestapo was communist. 13 suspected drug dealers. Oh man, drug dealers should be allowed to do whatever they want. Anarchists, man, come on. Are you serious? If people don't want to have drug cartels in their state, they're the ones that are the totalitarian fascist, not the drug dealers, the people that don't want the drug dealers and then hired. Look at this, Mexican state police, the state of Mexico state police killed 13 people, innocent drug dealers just trying to do, you know, their daily capitalist voluntary trade. And these evil fascist police driving in tanks with machine guns on top in Mexico. We don't have that here in America. We're too fascist to have police with machine guns on top of their tanks. You know, America is like 1,000 times more fascist than Mexico. Everybody that lives in Mexico, right? Okay, that's look. They got three of them in a row driving down the street. Mexican tanks from the Mexico state government. They shot 13 people, 13 innocent drug dealers just trying to do a voluntary transaction. They were doing nothing wrong. Come on. Everybody knows, everybody loves Mexican drug dealers, man. In Mexico, they love it. That's why they hired police, right? Okay. Uh-oh. The vehicle crossed the border into Mexico. And then the Mexican government shot people. A shootout then occurred between Mexican law enforcement. They don't have laws in Mexico. Didn't you hear? Mexico is the anarchist capital of the world. Mexico is the anarchist capital of the world. They don't even have a government. You could do whatever you want, any type of voluntary capitalist trade you want. What is this? Suspect was shot by the Mexican. Wait a minute. Mexico has a nation. Mexico has a nation, and their nation's run by a Zionist woman with her thumb up your butt. Look at this. Oh, they were shot. Oh, they were shot by the what guard? The National Guard. What is it? The National Guard. Mexican, you mean the state of Mexico, the official state of Mexico, the government that controls everyone's mind, because government means control your mind, right? I thought Mexico was the capital of anarchism and it was the most anarchist place in the world. No, actually, Mexican National Guard will shoot you if you cross the border. Oh, really? That makes it a fascist totalitarian state, and the Mexican National Guard is the Gestapo. And everyone that lives in Mexico is a Mexiho. Mexihos. Oh, you Mexihos. Look at this Mexiho right here. I can't even believe that the Mexican National Guard exists, because I thought Mexico was the anarchist capital of the world. The anarchist capital of the world. Only America has a totalitarian state Gestapo. It's the Gestapo coming to get you, right? But if you cross the border in Mexico, they'll shoot you. the Mexican border that doesn't exist because Mexico is the anarchist capital of the world, right? The anarchist capital of the universe. Come to Mexico. Mexico, where we're the anarchist and you're not. 3 police officers, 4 cartel suspects killed in a shootout in Mexico across the border from Texas. Uh-oh, not again. Uh-oh, fascist. Fascist. Mexican police officers don't like it when you cross the border into Mexico. Uh-oh, the border. There's that border thing. I thought Mexico was the frickin' anarchist capital of the world. You could just walk across the border in and out of Mexico. There's no state. What is that? What is this word? Mexico. Mexico border. Mexico border. Oh, so Mexico actually has a border? Mexico has a border? Are you kidding me? I thought Mexico was the anarchist capital of the world, and that's why people on their high horse, the Mexicos, can criticize America as being a fascist totalitarian state with Gestapo. Oh no, it looks like police officers in Mexico shoot people too. Do they? Do Mexican police shoot people? Are you serious? I could never have imagined that Mexico has a state government with state police. Of course, you can't read this one. But you could see the title, American driver is fatally shot by police officer in Mexico. Mexico, that's being run by a Zionist female with her finger up your butt, has police that will shoot you if you violate the imaginary laws that the imaginary sheeple in Mexico, the imaginary Mexico sheeple imagined up, when in actuality they don't even have the right to allow police to shoot people, because in the reality Mexico is the anarchist capital of the world. It's the anarchist cap. Didn't you hear? Didn't you freaking hear that? Mexico. Okay, that's the same article. Mexican 13 suspects died though. 13 what are these? Oh, what are these, handcuffs? It's like you put something. Get out of here, man. Okay, let's see if we got any other articles. Mexican troops kill 19 suspected of being cartel. Come on, a cartel member is just a cool guy that's doing voluntary trade. What are you talking about? These totalitarian Mexico troops that are being run by the Zionist, totalitarian Gestapo, female President Scheinbaum Zionist. All you Mexicos, I told you to get out. I told you to get out of Mexico, because look, now the Mexico troops killed 19 completely innocent cartel members that were just doing a voluntary trade. They were just doing a voluntary trade, a voluntary transaction, a capitalist transaction, and the evil, totalitarian Mexican troops popped up out of nowhere and killed 19 of these innocent cartel members. And these Mexico troops are being sponsored by, guess who? A Zionist woman with her thumb up your butt. I told you to get out of Mexico. I told you to get out of Mexico. You should have never moved to Mexico. Look, because now it's a totalitarian state where the police, the Gestapo totalitarian police, shoot innocent cartel drug dealers that are just trying to do a transaction. Wait, hold up. Mexico deploys 300 National Guard troopers? What? Are you kidding me? What? Wait, what does this word even mean? Mexico. What does that mean? Is that like a country or like a state government or something like that? Because I don't even understand these words together, because I'm an anarchist. So the word Mexico doesn't even mean anything to me, because it doesn't exist. It's just lines on a map, and it exists in mind-controlled people's mind that Mexico is even a thing, right? So when a thing that doesn't even exist does a thing that they shouldn't be doing, and then 300 people show up somewhere, that means that they're automatically totalitarian killers, Gestapo killers, that are only there. Look at that. What is he doing? Taking evidence? Evidence? Are you kidding me? Oh, you need evidence? Come on. Mexico City, what is that? That doesn't exist. The Mexican government. I told you to get out of Mexico. It's freaking a totalitarian Zionist Gestapo state. Mexico, look, you can cover this type of stuff too. Oh, you never cover this type of stuff. It's always what's happening in America. I haven't seen this yet. 300 National Guard troopers sent in to bolster the southern what? The southern state? The southern state? Come on, man. You can't have a state in Mexico. It's the anarchist capital of the universe. Not like America, that's a totalitarian Gestapo state. That's bringing in a police state totalitarianism, right? Mexico's the complete opposite. They're angels. This 300 National Guard trooper thing, that's not real. They're just gonna go down there and play patty cake with the cartel members. If they voluntarily choose to play patty cake with them, of course they have to voluntarily choose to play patty cake with the officers. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. A Mexican government, that doesn't make any sense, because the Mexican government is obviously the anarchist capital of the world, because that's where all the coolest anarchists live. While they're criticizing the United States police about shooting people, while their own government has people with guns that shoot people all the time, including international criminals that cross the border. Mexico. Look, Mexico being Mexico. Sorry, not Mexico. Mexico. Look, Mexico with her finger up your butt because you live in a totalitarian state run by a Zionist. Look at that. Mexican state police killed 4 people. If that's all the proof that you need to prove that you live in a totalitarian state, is that quote unquote legitimate. Of course, police can't be legitimate ever. They can never be legitimate. Killed 4 people and crossed the border doing an international crime. Sounds like a totalitarian fascist state run by a Zionist woman with her thumb up your butt. So that's it for the video for today. I hope you have a good day. Have a good day. And peace.